going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video, and today is another episode of my top 100 favorite movies of all time. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the top 50. We are here. We are doing 50 through 41 today. We are getting into it. I promise you, this series is going to end by the end of the year. I got the rest of my year already planned out for content, and this series is going to get done. And today, I'm looking at the list. We got some bangers to talk about. So before we get into it, thank you all so much for taking the time to click on the video, checking it out. If you do like what you see, please consider dropping a subscription. Trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year. Oh, the time is ticking. There's not a lot of time left. The morale is definitely low in the Jack Lotteray studios and office. But please, if you have not already, please consider subscribing. We got a lot of stuff coming for the end of the year and into the beginning of next year. That's going to be a lot of fun. So subscribe if you have not already. But here we go. 50 through 41. You guys already know what it is. We're going to give some small reviews. Going to go through why I love them so much. And then we'll be on our happy, merry way. So I think without further ado, let's get into it. Coming in at number 50 is The Martian. I think that this is one of the best films that deals with seclusion, being by yourself, having to fend and deal for yourself. One of the best survival movies. Now, I have not seen Castaway, sorry, blah, 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 blah. But I think that this is one of the best survival movies. I think Matt Damon gives an incredible performance. This is Ridley Scott directing. Everyone's like, oh, Ridley Scott hasn't done a good movie in such a long time. Well, The Martian came out in 2015. This is a fantastic movie. The sci-fi special effects are incredible. This is a kick-ass time at the movies. It's emotional. I think it's written extremely well. I really loved the characters, and it's just an incredible feat of filmmaking, and Ridley Scott does that. He's a filmmaker. He is incredible when it comes to the technical aspects. I think this film is absolutely insane. It's a lot of fun, and it comes at number 50 on my list. Coming at number 49 is Ford vs. Ferrari, one of my favorite films from 2019. Another one with Matt Damon, who also gives a fantastic performance, but I think Christian Bale is the star here. He is incredible, but the camaraderie between the two leads is awesome. Another emotional story. I think that this has some of the best sound design I've ever seen in a film. The editing, sound design, all the technical categories are pretty much flawless. Love watching the behind the scenes on how this film was made. The story is intriguing. It's a great sports movie. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. Racing movies hit different sometimes, guys, and this is one of the ones that hits. I really enjoyed this. This was, I think, my number 2 favorite movie of 2019. I think behind Avengers Endgame, which is saying something. I really, really loved this film. I mean, the experience in the theater was unlike anything I had seen before. The sound design is incredible, and the story, based on a true story, is absolutely insane. Love this film. Gotta give it a rewatch sometime, but yeah, I'm gonna give it a rewatch. And it comes in number 49 on my list. Coming in number 48 is Knives Out. Everyone craps on Rian Johnson for The Last Jedi, which I actually tend to enjoy, but Knives Out is incredible. I think you got an all-star cast that work incredibly well with each other, a very tightly packed script that works. It's very witty, it's very funny. As you watch the mystery unravel, you're like, oh my god, this is incredible. Rian Johnson, the screenplay from Rian Johnson is absolutely top of the line here. His direction is fantastic as well. And it's just an incredibly well-crafted whodunit. I love movies like this, the mystery type of genre, kind of whodunit movies. I love these type of movies. Ana de Armas, a star in this movie. And this was kind of the stepping stone for her to become what she is now, which is just a mega superstar in film. And this film, one of my favorites also of 2019. 2019 filled with bangers, by the way. But this was one of the best movies to come out at the end of the year. I think it came out like November. Went and watched it with my family. They all loved it. This is an incredibly fun time at the movies. I absolutely love this one, and it comes in at number 48 on my list. Coming in at number 47 is Drive. I just love Ryan Gosling in everything he does. I'm just going to say that up front. But I think that this film is the prime example of ambiance and atmosphere, building atmosphere, which I think that something like a Belfast, which has come out this year, has done a really great job of. With what Kenneth Branagh did with that was really well done. The atmosphere of kind of the underground of Los Angeles and It was fascinating to me, and while it's not as action-packed as I thought it was going to be, I kind of liked that. I liked the slow burn. I like the execution of the script. I think that this is an incredibly effective film. Carey Mulligan gives a fantastic performance as well, but this is really Ryan Gosling's film, and it works, and it works incredibly well. I was sold on this film. I really loved it. I know it's a lot of people's favorite film, and I think it's incredible. I think it's incredibly well crafted. It's like a modern noir type action, but not really action. It crosses over a lot of genres and does it so effectively that you can believe it. It's not big, it's not bombastic, it's not ridiculous. It works. I really liked that. And it's another film that kind of deals with seclusion as well. While it's not like a survival film, it is someone secluded in his own thoughts in his own head by himself all the time, kind of living with what he does day to day. I really like that. I really enjoy it. This is a fantastic movie. If you've not seen it, go watch it. And it comes at number 47 on my list. Coming at number 46, Finding Nemo, one of my favorite animated films of all time, one of my favorite Pixar films of all time. This is an incredible story. I think the writing of this is some of the strongest writing of any Pixar film. Voice performances are fantastic. I love the characters, the character development, the emotion in this film hits. I mean, all Pixar films have the emotion, but the emotion in this film particularly hits. The themes, the character development are fantastic. I love the kind of cross-world travel kind of buddy story while trying to find his son. I love this. Dory is incredible. This film is great. I just love it so much. I could rave and rave and rave about it, but y'all should go watch it. It's a lot of fun. Crush, one of my favorite characters in all of animation, is absolutely incredible. Comes at number 46 on my list. Speaking of people living in seclusion while driving cars around a big city, coming in at number 45 is Taxi Driver. Saw this for the first time this year. Absolutely loved it. Martin Scorsese's direction here is flawless. Robert De Niro's performance is absolutely insane in a good way. This film is about the deterioration of a human being. It really is. That's really what this is about. Him driving himself more and more insane. I can definitely see where Joker got inspiration from Taxi Driver. I can definitely see that in this film. It all comes down to the direction and the performance from Robert De Niro. That's really what this comes down to, and they're both flawless. The vibe, like Drive, this is the vibe of kind of the lower level underground of New York City. I really enjoyed it. It's not the easiest movie to watch. It's a very hard movie to watch. It deals with some really tough themes. It's got some very unsavory moments and scenes. But my God, was I not mesmerized the entire time. I was fully locked in, fully on the edge of my seat. This is a feat of filmmaking. Martin Scorsese, while he craps on Marvel movies, and I don't agree with his thoughts on that, I have to say he is an incredible director, and a lot of the stuff he directs is some of the greatest stuff that has ever been directed. I gotta say that because it's true. Love this film. Watch it. Comes in number 45 on my list. I broke my own rule. Like I said, this series, the only rule I have is the film cannot come out this year or the year before. So 2021 and 2020 are off limits for this list. I broke the rule because coming in at number 44 is Bo Burnham's Inside. Is this even a film? That's to be determined. Did it come out in 2021? Yes, but I had such a visceral reaction with this film. There is no doubt this is one of the most incredible pieces of media we have ever gotten. I had to put it on my list. I would be doing myself a disservice if I did not put this film on the list. It is incredible. What Bo Burnham is able to accomplish over a year and a half's worth of time, completely by himself, is absolutely incredible. People are not talking about that. People are not thinking about that. How much work went into this? Making a movie is hard. You need hundreds of people to make it go. And Bo Burnham did all of those jobs by himself. The music is incredible. There is a story here. It's kind of the deterioration of Bo Burnham's kind of mental psyche going through COVID. And I thought it was fascinating to just watch. And it's also about a creative making what would consider his magnum opus and what happens after he finishes. Do you ever want to finish? Because what happens afterwards? I thought it was fascinating. I thought that this was a fascinating story, film, special, comedy special. It was very funny. Obviously, it's a comedy special. Incredible in how it's crafted. I mean, this is just an incredible piece of media that has come out this year. Please go watch this if you've not already. It's not for everyone, but I think a lot of people will really enjoy and respect what was done here. It's absolutely insane. I love this so much. One of my favorites of the year. You guys will see that at the end of the year when I do my top lists of the year. And it comes in number 44 on my list. All right, back to the rules, because rules are cool sometimes. Coming in number 43, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I go back and forth between Raiders of the Lost Ark and this one as my favorite Indiana Jones. This, for a long time, was my favorite Indiana Jones film. I think Raiders of the Lost Ark might have, I'm not going to spoil it, but it just might have overtaken The Last Crusade, but there's no doubt this is an incredible action flick. Those two films go back and forth as the greatest action movies of all time. Not action movies, action-adventure movies of all time. It's either that or Raiders. And I love it. I love the addition of Sean Connery. I think that Harrison Ford is so good as Indiana Jones. It's not even funny. And I tend to argue this is the better story of the two, going after the Holy Grail. I like this story more. This story resonates more with me. So, yeah, I mean, I love this film. I mean, there's not really much more I can say. It's complete nostalgia. I watched it when I was a little kid. I absolutely loved it. The action is just as good as any of the others. The story, I would say, is better than the others. And it's just one of the most monumental action-adventure films of all time. Absolutely incredible. Love this film so much. Comes at number 43 on my list. God, I wanted to put this film higher, but I got to be respectful to myself and to the list. Coming in number 42 is Invincible. What I would say is the greatest sports movie of all time. Now, it is not the top sports movie. I have one more sports movie further up on my list. But selfishly and kind of guilty pleasurely, I tend to think that this is the greatest pure sports movie of all time. I have my reasons why there is a sports movie higher, and it is more for the actual technical filmmaking. It's a guilty pleasure. I love this. This is made by Disney, starring Mark Wahlberg, the story of Vince Papale. It's just good. It's not the best movie. I'll admit it. It's not great, but this is pure guilty pleasure / nostalgia for me. I watched this movie a lot when I was a kid. The soundtrack bangs. It's a great feel-good story based on a true story as well, and I absolutely love it. I love it. I love this freaking movie. If you've not seen it, go watch it. Brings out the feels every time I watch it. Playing football in the rain. That scene, if you know, you know. Absolutely incredible. The score. This is an incredible score as well, I will say. I wish we could listen to it, download it, but it's just nowhere to be found. But this is incredible. I digress. What I'm trying to say is this is an incredible sports movie. You should all watch it. I really enjoy it. And it comes in at number 42 on my list. Oh, Jackie Robinson too. Oh, you know we were going to talk about it eventually, and here we are. Coming in at number 41, National Treasure. I mean, where the hell is the third one? Where is it? Can someone tell me where the hell National Treasure 3 is? Anyone want to let me know? But in all seriousness, this is an incredible film. Not just for the memes, like it's genuinely a very well written script. It's an incredible adventure action film set in modern day America that revolves around American history. I may be biased because I love American history. It is by far my favorite subject of any subject I took in school. But this film slaps. It freaking slaps. I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence. That is a line that is said in this film, and then, my God, they steal the Declaration of Independence. I flippin' love this film. It is ultimate guilty pleasure for me, but it's got a cult following now, which I absolutely love. Where the hell is the third film? You're making all this other crap. Where is the third National Treasure? I need to know. Let me know. I will see you guys later, Disney. Let's have a conversation. Let's make National Treasure 3 happen. But that is it. This comes in at number 41 on my list, rounding out the list for the day. Gonna run back through them before we end out this video. 50 is The Martian, 49 is Ford v Ferrari, 48 is Knives Out, 47 is Drive, 46 Finding Nemo, 45 Taxi Driver, 44 Inside, 43 Indiana Jones The Last Crusade, 42 Invincible, and 41 National Treasure. Let me know down below in the comments, what is your favorite film I talked about today? We got some bangers in here, so I want to hear from you guys. Which one is your favorite? I want to know. But I want to thank you all guys all so much for watching. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you've not already, please consider subscribing. We're trying to get 2,000 by the end of the year. It's a very lofty goal at this point. I do not think it's going to happen, but every subscription counts, and every subscription makes my day. Anytime I see the sub total tick up even one for the day, it literally makes my day. So like, make my day. Like, just subscribe if you have not already. I really do appreciate you guys watching. We're getting so close to number 1, the top 10. I'm so excited. Thank you all again. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next video.